Okay, next we have our audit committee summary of actions. That'd be you.
That'd be me. Okay, so during the September meeting, we didn't have any motions for us that require board approval, but I will tell you it was really a productive meeting, and we're going to do a few more of these. And there is an emerging risk list that has been being added. It's been added to, and so what we started doing was going through the emerging risk list. That's actually, some of them were several years old, some of these emerging risks, and so we're trying to reevaluate those and cut the list down. See where we really do have emerging risks that need to be dealt with, see what has already been dealt with, and cut this list down significantly. It doesn't help for an audit department to have a couple hundred things on an emerging risk list. So we'll be doing that again. Yes.
So Debbie Davis, I'm the Director of Internal Audit. Did you also want an update on the school fees audit? I think
Yes.
There was a question on that. So maybe just briefly, you're aware, back in June, the board prioritized an audit of school fees, and we've been working on that for the last couple months since it was approved. And we've been doing a lot of planning on this audit, extensive planning, because we want to make sure that we can be as efficient and effective as possible as we go about doing the test work. And as this involves getting data and information from our LEAs, we want to make sure that we're cognizant of the time it will take them to fulfill the requests that we're making for data, but also realizing what data is available at the state agency. So we've done a lot of planning. We have made data requests, and the LEAs have been phenomenal to work with. We've received back information from all but one LEA at this point on our initial data request. We'll also be sending out soon, in the next week or so, additional requests for a randomly selected sample of schools to get some additional information. And then we're in the analysis phase, and we'll be doing test work and looking at that and then putting that together in a report to bring to you for policy determination. And I can tell you that the LEAs are very interested in the outcome of this audit. They're looking to do policy development locally as well, so they're interested in what the state will be doing. I don't know if there are any other questions at this point in time. We don't have any conclusions really to bring to you because we're still working through the process, but things are going extremely well with the audit right now. So we can take questions if you have them.
I do have one question, of course.
Okay, Board Member Lear.
I wonder I've heard, and it's very random, and I couldn't even tell you the district where I heard it, and I'm sorry, I should have made notes, but do you feel like your audit of the fee waiver audits you're doing, or fee audits you're doing in districts, are compounding on top of other either audits that you're doing with those districts, or that the state auditor is doing some of the same auditing? Have you heard that from districts, is what I'm trying to ask.
Sure, if I answer the question. So to answer that question, audits are currently going on at the districts. Their financial audit and their single audit, if they have over $750,000 of federal funds, those audits are going on. I don't know the extent of which those are covering fees or fee waivers, certainly not in the depth that we're looking at them. And I'm not aware, we're not doing any other audits, at least internal audit is not doing any other audits of school fees in the building. I'm not aware of anything on the management side. So with the superintendency or staff on that side either that is really looking into student fees, but I'd have to defer to the superintendency on that. Is that answering?
Yeah, no. And okay. I'm sorry, I didn't ask it well, that's why.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, do you know if the auditor's office, Auditor Dougal, is doing any of the same audits or those kinds of audits? Because I've heard from some school districts that he is, and that some districts are feeling like they're being piled upon. Let me put it that way.
Yes, we understand the audit piling. We feel that ourselves. We have 26 external audits, active external audits this year that USB has been feeling. So we totally understand external audits that are going on. So the state auditor's office, the audits that I am aware of, they are currently doing an audit. They've selected a sample of LEAs, both charter schools and districts, and they're going out. My understanding is they were looking at things like procurement and conflicts of interest. It wasn't student fees, but it it is an audit that they're doing. I believe they are also doing a research project. It is not an audit, but just a research project looking into just, I think Auditor Dougal has said just, what does this math class cost or things like that. So
Is there any chance that you could partner with that office instead of giving a small school district 2 or 3 audits to respond to at the same time? Is that out of the question? Anyway, just a suggestion if it's possible.
we can follow up with them definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that'd be a good question for the audit committee probably
We can put it on the agenda.
to look into. Okay. Board Member Belknap.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to thank the audit department because we didn't have auditors here when I was here years ago. And I feel safer in this office having external audits that we have 26 of them going on. I feel safer that someone's looking at us as well and that we'll do a better job. And I appreciate your office and thank you.
Thank you.
Board Member Reby. That light needs to turn on.
I
Thank
thought
you.
I turned
I
it
would have
back.
noticed you sooner.
I know. I have heard similar things as Board Member Lear has. Is there some kind of process we can put in place to make sure that our smaller LEAs aren't having multiple audits? I know that sometimes if they're in trouble, we need to look at them more closely. But if we're just doing like a research project and they just got audited from something else, maybe that's not the best time. We are in the business of educating kids and keeping our schools going, and our smaller schools really do struggle with just maintaining their daily operations. So I know that there's a fine balance, and maybe we can look to balance it a little bit better. Thanks.
Any further questions or comments? Okay, well, thank you very much.